Welcome to Movie Review with TF2, and for today's film, we have House of a Thousand Corpses, a movie which is quite ill-fitted for the Christmas season. So why am I reviewing this?
I need some help!
For those unfamiliar with House of a Thousand Corpses, the story focuses on a group of characters that are traveling across the country, writing about obscure destinations they encounter on the way. Stopping for some gas for their car, they encounter Captain Spaulding, as he gives them a tour through his attraction, Captain Spaulding's Museum of Monsters and Madmen. During the walkthrough, the group learns about Dr. Satan and how he was hung for his terrible crimes, but went missing shortly after. Eager, as most unsuspecting horror genre protagonists are, they decide they need to find out where Dr. Satan is. After getting directions from Captain Spaulding, the group heads out, unknowingly headed towards their encounter with a very special family. I won't get into too much without spoiling the film, but what I can say is that I had no idea where this film was going, and after seeing the film, I still don't have any idea on where it went. The way it felt watching this film was interesting to me, because at the beginning it had me completely and utterly hooked, thanks in part to the amazing performance Sig Haig delivered. I can now understand why I have seen Captain Spaulding pop up anytime people talk about horror icons. Sig does a phenomenal job, and his charismatic yet off-putting manner is so enticing. I just couldn't look away anytime he was on screen, and as you can tell, he was having a blast playing this character. Rob Zombie also did a great job creating Captain Spaulding with all the small details he has, like how he sells fried chicken and that he's a big fan of westerns. What was also great at the beginning was Captain Spaulding's store and museum. The two settings had such great contrast, with the interior store being brownish and dreary, while the museum was colorful and nightmarish. Everything about the beginning of the film was honestly perfect. Once the protagonist left, though, things started to get a bit off for me. Don't get me wrong, the film still held my interest till the end, but it certainly did not grasp my attention like the beginning of the film did. I did enjoy all of the family members that were introduced later, and I liked how the protagonist reacted to their disturbing moments. But after that moment, things started to get a bit off track for me. I'm going to try to be a bit vague, but as a forewarning, I will be going in a bit deeper into the plot of the film. So if you don't want to be potentially spoiled, feel free to mute the video or skip ahead. For me, the film started to get a bit off track for me once the protagonist decided to leave the house. Granted, the film didn't immediately go off the rails there, but the gradual movement towards uncertainty began there. With the characters now being held hostage by Otis and his family, I wasn't sure what was going to happen. Well, okay, I knew bad things were inevitably going to happen, but I didn't know what exactly the antagonists were thinking. And after some gruesome moments, I waited to see where this film was leading me to. And as I waited in anticipation, the movie just started getting more bizarre and honestly more crazy, to where by the time one of the main protagonists finds herself in a tunnel, it feels like an entirely different movie. And throughout this entire film, there isn't really a motivation given by the antagonist as to why they want to hurt people looking for Dr. Satan, besides the fact that they're just a wee bit loco. And by the end of the film, I still didn't fully understand what just happened. I think Rob Zombie knew what was going on here, but he either wanted to elaborate on it in later films, or just didn't explain it clearly enough. One tiny thing that does happen in the end involves Captain Spaulding, and how they decided to do a twist ending, which initially kind of put me off despite me having suspicions that it could potentially happen. But thinking about it now, it does make perfect sense, and it's bizarre how I was expecting something else. I just honestly wished Captain Spaulding had actually been a good guy, as silly as it sounds, because despite how psychotic he would act, he still seemed like a friendly guy. Well, for the most part. But in the end, I think it was a right and fitting choice for him. With all of this being said, is House of a Thousand Corpses worth watching? I would say yes, at least once anyways. As mentioned previously, the strongest thing this film has going for it is in the beginning, and I have clearly gone on and on about Captain Spaulding and how he's such a wonderful character. And while this film does get a bit derailed towards the middle of the movie, it still held my interest and gave me bizarre moments and imagery to experience. As a whole, this film is definitely not for everyone. But if you are a big fan of horror, then it's one you should definitely check out at some point. At least for the beginning part. Plus, the film has Dwight in it, and he was pretty entertaining to watch too. Mostly because he's Dwight. So that's my review. And if you're interested in seeing more of these kinds of videos, just let me know in the comments. And if you have any movie suggestions for me, feel free to send them my way if you want to hear what I think about it. But until then, thank you so much for watching.